Hello designers and welcome back to this course. So in this course we are jump into the Figma frames. So in the tool set we simply click on the frame button, and for example if you click on this icon, you can see that this tool has sub options as well, like the frame, section and the slice. But for now we are only discussing about the frames. So when you activate the tool of frame, on the right panel you can see some presets that you can define with this frame. So for example, if you want to create a Facebook cover, you simply click here and the new frame will be available in this board. So let me delete this one, back to the frame, and let me open iPhone 8. So now if you are going to make an application for the iPhone 8 interface, this board is very fine for it. So you can see that automatically Figma selected the 375 width. You can see that the width is actually changing. So 375 is the width and this is the height. And right now you can see that the board is placed into the position of 157 X and Y. You can simply change the position of the board here as well, or for example if you want to just put 0 here and 0 here. So right now the board is actually in the center. Now secondly, if you are going to select this frame, let me show you all of the properties available here that belong to this frame. So if you simply wanted to rotate your frame, you can simply click here. Now this exact frame is converted into the landscape mode. Let me revert back to it. Yes. And for example, if you want to increase the width of it, you can simply drag this bar from here as well, or simply you can add any number, for example 100. So now it's become 475. Let me do this. Or the last one is if you just hover over the W icon and drag it here, so you can see that it is also changing their width, and this control is automatically applied to the other condition here as well. So for example, this is the height. You can simply see that the height is also changing as well. So let me delete this frame, create a new frame and select the iframe. So this is the by default frame that Figma's offer. Furthermore, you can change the background of its color. Like by default it is picking the FFF, which is the white color. You can simply change it FF900, which is the orange color. Or if you click here, a panel will be available for you. You can simply write the specific number, write in any format, pick any background color that suits you. And not only this, you can also apply the gradient and other things as well, but these are the things that I will going to be covered in the future videos. Another thing that you must need to understand for the frame is the left panel. So for example, right now as you may see that right now the one frame is available here, you need to remember this icon. This is the same icon that available in the tool panel. So for example, I'm going to create a new rectangle. So when you are going to create a new rectangle, you can see that right now this new rectangle is outside this frame. So when you when you click the frame, when you click the rectangle and hover over this area, you automatically sees that now this rectangle is inside this frame. So if I'm going to click frame and move this, the whole area will going to be moved. Then now the rectangle are dependent on this frame. You can simply select the rectangle, move the direction, and still it is inside the frame. So in order to continue the designing of it, you just need to remember the hierarchy of it and the placement of it as well. So let me show you another trick. So for example, this is the outside of this frame, and with the help of keyboard, if you are just moving it here, so you need to understand that this is appear as inside but is not exactly the inside of it. So if I'm going to change the placement of the frame, you can see that this rectangle is not dependent on that frame. So in order to make dependent, you just need to drag here inside the frame. So after dragging, now the placement of this is already there. You need to drag it here as well. So these are the basic things that you must need to understand about the frames. Let me add one more thing here as well. So for example, in the rectangle, you increase the size and you can see that the outside of the frame of the area is getting invisible. So in order to see these area, you simply need to click on the frame and enable this clip content. Now you can see that this rectangle is already inside the frame, but as you may see that for the visual perspective, it's appear to you that uh, it's look like it's not inside the frame, but it is inside the frame as well. So it will be very easy for you to understand your content, your designing, and your whole image as well. So there are a lot of features here, but I will going to cover these feature in the other videos, but for now these are the very important things to understand for the Figma frames. Let me add one thing here that will be using for the future videos as well. So for example, I have created this rectangle or any design here. You want to make the height and width specifically to this to these inside the areas. So for example, if you are click here in the frame and if you are going to click on this button, so you can see that automatically the empty area is going to be trimmed and all of the frame is exactly match the content that you have placed inside the frame. So stay with this course. I will going to reveal many things in the future videos, and also I'm going to explain you the detail of these things in the future videos, and all of these videos will be short for you. Thank you.